Okay, here name and equation and graph actually, not function. Name, equation, and graph. So for simplicity, let's use code numbers. Exponential functions. Let's call this function 1, rational function 2, square root function, function 3, quadratic function, function 4, third degree polynomial function 5, logarithmic function, function 6, absolute value function, function 7, linear function, function 8. Let's call 1 to 8, and equations. The first one, number 1 equation, number 2 equation, number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's call like this. Okay, there are 4 graphs given. You have to know these basic properties. If you know basic properties, easier. Yeah. Otherwise, you have to revise. The first one is cup shape. Yeah, cup shape. So this is quadratic. Yeah, degree 2 polynomial function, and the graph opens downward. Therefore, the first leading coefficient must be negative number. So this is called quadratic function name number 4, and equation is square. Where is x square? Here 4 is x square and negative x square. So the graph is open downward, correct? And this one is exponential function. Yeah, you have seen exponential function, and the graph goes down to the right. Therefore, the base must be negative number. X-axis is the asymptote. Yeah, domain is all real numbers, range is positive numbers, y values, and so on. You have to remember exponential functions properties. So which one? Number 1, yeah, exponential function. Where is yes, number 1 also, because base is 0.5. If base is smaller than 1, the graph is decreasing, yeah, going down to the right. If you remember this, you choose 1. Okay, next one, this V shape, sharp V shape is absolute value function. You must remember where. 7, and modulus, you must see modulus, yeah, 2, right? No other type is this one, 2. And this one, there are 2 asymptotes, you see, separating the graph. These are x-axis and y-axis. So you have to, this is if you see asymptotes, and 2 pieces, this is rational function, the fraction of 2 polynomials. Where? So rational function 2. Okay, where is the fraction? Function 1, 2, 3, 4, no, yeah, they are. Function 1 exponential, 2 absolute value, 3 linear, right? 4 quadratic, and you must remember 5 log, 6 square root, 7 7 is square, right? Quadratic. F of x is 1 over x. You see here, this is the only rational number, 8. So you can check 1 over x has horizontal 1 over x. If x becomes large, fx is approaching to 0, right? Y approaches 0. Therefore y is equal to 0 equation. Yeah, the straight line y is equal to 0 is an asymptote. The straight line with equation y is equal to 0 is x-axis. Yeah, x-axis is the horizontal asymptote here, correct? The vertical asymptote here is y-axis. You see, y-axis separate the graph into 2 parts, and the graph approaches very close to this y-axis, but they don't touch. So the vertical asymptote is x is equal to 0. That is correct. Yeah? If you remember about asymptotes, the vertical asymptote is where the denominator is 0, so x is 0. This is the vertical asymptote. So therefore, the graph 1 over x is really the equation of the graph.